Movie premieres started this week for a student-made film about USC called Backbone. Backbone takes viewers through the history of Black women at USC and shines light on the university's community of Black students today. The film was created as a thesis project by senior Hannah White. White is a former student body vice president, and during her time in office, she created a podcast where she was inspired by stories she heard.
And from that podcast, we created kind of like a fundraising method to be on the podcast for like 12 hours at a time in order to raise money for programs that uplift Black students. And so how we would do that is by interviewing different Black alumni. And so for 12 hours, I was interviewing a bunch of notable Black alumni.
White says she hopes that giving a voice to these stories has an effect on the women who lived them.
For the alums, I hope that they feel validated as well as that their impact mattered. A lot of their stories and a lot of their names go unheard. And so I'm just glad that I was able to be a part of amplifying their stories.
The movie tells a story through interviews with Black female alumni, from the first Black woman to walk on the campus grounds to the first Black homecoming queen. Hazel Bridges was one woman interviewed in the film. She says the Backbone film comes at the perfect time.
I'm glad this is the right time to do it. We have our first African-American female in the White House. We have our first African-American woman being interviewed for the Supreme Court of the United States. And so I think this is the right time to be doing it.
Bridges shared that she was most looking forward to hearing the stories captured in the film.
So first, I think doing this type of film as we celebrate women's history, but particularly a film that is focused on Black women at a predominantly white institution, and what those stories look like. I'm most excited to be able to hear the ladies who came before me.
White paired with some USC organizations to make the film possible, including AAAS, Black Honors Caucus, Savvy, Garnet Media Group, and the USC NAACP. Kaylee Bright, president of the USC NAACP, says she hopes the film will convey Black women's impact.
I think it will convey that, women, especially Black women, have always been forgotten in history, but now this is a time that we can celebrate them and notice all the big achievements that women at USC have put into, the great university and what it's become.
On Friday evening, students, alumni, and guests gathered in Gambrell for a celebration before the premiere of the film. Generations of Gamecocks came together to eat, catch up, talk about the movie, and take a trip down memory lane. Then they filed into the Gambrell Auditorium. As the movie played, laughters, gasps, and cheers could be heard in the auditorium. And when the movie came to an end, the audience gave Hannah White and the film a standing ovation. If you want to see the Backbone film, you still can.
If anyone wants to see the film, there are 2 more premieres, March 24th and 29th. You can RSVP for free and be able to attend those.
A panel discussion will follow both screenings. Register online to attend. For SGTV News 4, I'm Riley Hackett.